I'm turning 24. I'm turning 24. And today, I want to share some life lessons I have learned over my 23 years of age. Hey guys, I'm Ellie, I'm from France, and today I really want to do a more thought through video. Yes, I'm really young, and yes, I still have so much to learn. But as I was a teenager and when I started college, I really loved watching those videos on YouTube because they taught me also things that I could avoid. And if I can be of any kind of help to you, or if you can relate, that would be amazing. And if not, just take it with a pinch of salt, because those are the things I personally learned. We can have the same age, but have completely different experiences of life, so everything has to be taken with a pinch of salt, since it's only my wisdom and kind of the things I think or I learned. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, please put a thumbs up to support my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And now we'll just get started. I have my notes here so I don't forget anything. And let's start with the things I have learned about life in general. The first thing is kind of, I would say, trendy to talk about now. It's about purpose. And what I have learned is that no matter what you do, you will find purpose. I don't have to struggle or stress about not knowing what I will do. I just try to take things just slow and one thing at a time. It's not because now I have this job that I will do it for the rest of my life, or I don't know, who knows. I'm just trying to not look at the big picture, because then it's really scary to think like, oh, what is my life purpose? Because no matter what you do, you're here to learn things. So I just take small steps, and I'm just not trying to overthink anymore, like what is my big life purpose. Second thing I have learned is having no passion is not a big deal. Some people love singing, some people love to play football, and I was feeling kind of bad because I would say up to now I didn't have any passions. Now I started to really enjoy climbing. I started enjoying filming YouTube videos, but I don't really know if it's a passion. I love doing those things as hobbies, but I just still haven't figured out a passion of mine. And it's okay, it will take time. Maybe I will find a passion when I'll be 50, who knows? But for now, it's just no big deal not having a set passion. Third thing, big decisions had to be thought through. What I mean by this is big life decisions such as moving away to another country, putting a big amount of money into one thing, or saying to someone that you don't want to be friends with them anymore. Like those kinds of really big decisions, I have learned, and I'm still learning, to really think them through before I open my mouth. Because I'm pretty bad at thinking things through and then saying them. I rather just say what is on my mind, and then I usually regret things. So I'm trying to really think through, like, okay, if I say that to a person that truly matters to me, will it impact my life in the big scheme of things? It's like saying to someone you want to like divorce them, and then the date after you say like, oh yeah, I didn't really think it, but it will change your relationship forever. So I try to think really through the big decisions. Fourth thing, you're the only person who can actually make things happen, and complaining about not feeling good about your body will not change if you just don't start treating yourself right, or thinking in another way, or maybe starting working out, or it can be applied to anything. If you don't make the decision to do something new and you expect another outcome, this is actually, I think, the definition of insanity. If you keep doing the same thing and you expect another result, well, you're just insane. So if you expect something to change, you're the only person who can make it happen. And the fifth thing is actually related to what I said earlier. Stop preparing as much, start doing. Because you can be as prepared as you want, but if you don't start actually doing and acting, it won't happen. During my entire college, so during my 5 years of college, up to my master's, I was like thinking, well, it would be really good for me to have my driver's license. And I haven't taken any kind of action until this year. So it took me 5 years. Like, I prepared preparing myself mentally, like, oh, when I'll be that age, I will just go to that agency and pay my lessons. But you know, at some point you have to act and start doing the things to make it happen. 6, feeling lost does not only happen to you or impact you. You're not the only person who feels lost. Everyone is kind of lost and figuring out things, what they want to do, what they like, and sometimes those things take time. So it is okay if you feel completely lost and you don't know what you will do tomorrow. Just baby steps and it will happen on its own. Traveling alone teaches you so much about yourself. My year in the United States as an exchange student taught me everything about myself I didn't know and I haven't learned until that day I lived alone at the other side of the world. It was so incredibly life-changing for me. I learned so many things about myself, my fears, what is important. So I recommend you to travel alone. It doesn't have to be to the other side of the planet, but try to have maybe a weekend alone in another city. It can be in your country, but it will teach you a lot about your own personality. Saying yes more often. So I have started saying yes more often for the past couple of years, and it is okay to go out of your comfort zone. This is actually when and where you learn more. And getting out of that comfort zone and saying yes to people you wouldn't usually say yes to opens you to networking, meeting new people, doing new things, and it truly impacts your personality, your extroversion, and I think it's really good to say yes more often to new things. Doing things step by step is way less scarier than thinking about the whole project. It can apply to anything. A big file you have to go through at work, rather than being like, oh my god, this whole file will take me a month to go through, start by dividing it into tasks, and at some point you will feel less overwhelmed. Finding a rhythm that fits your phase of life takes a little bit of time. Now I started a new job, a 9 to 5, and I have to find a new rhythm, and it is okay. Even if it takes me 3 weeks or a month to just know how to navigate through like doing basic things like grocery, getting workout done, being with my partner and seeing my friends, it is okay. You have to think of like, okay, now I'm in a really new phase of life. I just have to take it slow, and it is okay if in the beginning it's overwhelming. At some point I'll figure out how to see my friends, how to make food ahead, how to grocery shop. So take it really slow. Now, what I have learned about friendships and relationships. So the first thing I have learned about friendships and relationships is mind your words and actions. People will remember you because they remember how you treated them. How did they feel when they were with you? Do they remember you as a kind person because you opened the door to them? Or do they remember you as an aggressive person because you yelled at them before thinking ahead what you're going to say and in which way? I have noticed that actions and words impact people a lot, so I'm trying to think through the words I want to use with different people, because I know different people have different personalities and are more sensitive to some words or some way I express things. So I try to really think through the things I'm saying to them. Not being in the same stage of life as their friends is okay, and sometimes it is overwhelming because I have been living in this tiny apartment for years, and my friends are starting to have really cool apartments or even buying their own, and because we're the same age, I tend to compare myself. But I have to remember that it doesn't matter that we're the same age. We just probably are not in the same phase of life, and it is okay. Being a good person takes time and energy. What I mean by this is, as you get older and as you have less time, you have to plan a lot of things. You have to put in your calendar, wish happy birthday to my friend, or go buy a gift for my dad because it's his birthday. Those things take time but are so rewarding. You just have to put them in your calendar and put the extra energy to do them, because in the end, it's very important to put the people that are important to you as a priority. Same as earlier, being a good friend takes time and energy. You would rather have less friends, but put it on your calendar to have a walk with them, have a coffee with them, or spend time with them. As I said earlier, you have less time to see the people that matter to you. Rather have fewer friendships, but good friendships, than a tons of people you know and you actually don't know anything about their life because you don't have the time to care, which is sad, but it's kind of true as you just get older. Not having found love or being in a relationship by a certain age is okay. As I was in college, I didn't have a boyfriend until I was, I think, 21 or 20, about that kind of range. And at that time I felt like I was just weird because I never fall in love or I never had a real relationship. And it doesn't matter the age you find the person that is good for you. What matters is that you're authentic and you're not putting yourself in a relationship that you just don't care about. Family is important, but toxic people are not. What I mean by this is, even if in your circle of family or close family you have people that are toxic to you and are really mean to you and take your energy, just block them out. They're not worth at any cost. It doesn't matter because it's a really close person to you that they have to put that bad energy in your life. At some point, it is better to say no to that person and block them completely rather than suffer from that, but tell yourself that, hey, it's family, so that person should be in your life. No. Compromise will have to be learned if you want to achieve good relationships and friendships. I have been really bad with compromising, and I have learned to compromise at first in my life when I had my first boyfriend, which is my current partner. And if you want to make things happen, you just have to compromise, and you will learn it the hard way. I learned it the hard way, but then it makes things just so much easier. And last thing about that category is conflicts have to be communicated. You have to say the things that bother you in order to move forward. It doesn't necessarily have to be resolved, but it has to be communicated. If someone said something that hurt your feelings, they maybe did not realize it, so you should probably tell them, well, hey, you hurt my feelings by using those words, and the person will know for next time. And it is also okay to not resolve a conflict, because sometimes you will just have divergent ideas or opinions, and you just have to communicate it and then be like, okay, well, we have really different opinions, we probably won't agree, and it is okay to disagree, but we communicated and talked about the problem. Last category, about money. Having no money/savings when you're in college does not determine your future. Sometimes you just don't have money, and it is just a phase of life. You just have to accept it. If you can work and put some money aside, it's awesome. If you can't, just think about the things you have to focus on right now and tell yourself you'll be able to focus on money later in another phase of life. Learning how to save and invest money takes time. It is okay to not be awesome at those things. I'm still figuring out how to invest and how to budget. So I'm okay with the fact that maybe I will learn how to invest by 30. And it's okay. You can actually buy way more secondhand things than you think. You can, first of all, buy clothes, which is amazing because it's good for the planet and for your wallet. But you can also buy appliances, which is amazing if you're a student or if you just don't want to spend extra money. I try to first look at the secondhand websites, and if I can find it, then I will buy it brand new. But if I can have it at a cheaper price, why not? Investing in good quality items makes your life easier over time. Having one amazing pair of shoes that you saved money on for a few months is way better than buying 3 pairs of shoes for the same amount. Because, for example, my work shoes, as I said in another video, I think I had them for like 3 years and they look impeccable. So I would rather invest in those things and think about like how they will serve me through time than have millions of little shitty things for the same price. And last thing, investing in your health will never be a waste of money. So going to see healthcare practitioners, investing from time to time into some food supplements if they're needed, or going to see a chiropractor because your back hurts and paying those extra $60 or $70, to me it is worth it, because health, you cannot just put a price on health. Health is what determines how you feel every day, how you show up to work, to class, and it's just super important. So I never regretted putting money towards my health. It doesn't mean that I'm buying €5 juices, no. When I say health, it's more in terms of like the food I buy. Like I prefer to have better quality food or going to see some specialists when I needed like a chiropractor or whatever. Thank you so much for watching to this video. It is a really personal video, so if you liked it, please put a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what is one lesson that honestly sticks out about all the things you have learned so far in your life. And if you want, you can just put your age and the life lesson. If not, you can just put the life lesson you have learned. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon in another video. Salut!